Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I will be discussing the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL currently. And I emphasize wide receivers, not tight ends, not general pass catchers, not running backs that catch, wide receivers. Before we end the video, please, can you just check the subscribe button? Check if you subscribed. If you're not, just hit it. Make sure it says subscribed and it's gray. It's just so beautiful. Don't you want to press that subscribe button and make it say subscribed? Please, it helps me out so much. Like the video, please hit the thumbs up, turn post notifications on, and comment what you guys want to see in the next video. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. At number 10, we have the Minnesota Vikings wide receiver, Justin Jefferson. In his rookie year, Justin finished with 1,400 yards, 4th in the NFL, on 88 receptions, 15th in the NFL, and he also had 7 touchdowns, tied for 22nd. He averaged 15.9 yards per catch, and that is 9th in the NFL. He was only a rookie. He's going to get better and better, and he could be a number 1 wide receiver in this league someday. At number 9, we have the Cleveland Browns wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr. Odell did not have great stats last year due to the fact that partway through the season, he tore his ACL, which means he missed the remainder of the season. In his short time, he had 23 receptions, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he was averaging 13.9 yards per catch. He has done things like this when he was back with New York, and he is a beast. He's just a dominant player, and he is part of a dominant receiving corps in Cleveland, and I think he's still not at his peak yet. Next, we have the 4th overall pick in the 2015 NFL Draft. We have Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver, finished with 92 receptions last season, tied for 11th in the NFL, 1,114 yards, tied for 14th, and he also had 5 touchdowns, tied for 44th. He averaged 12.1 yards per catch, 63rd in the NFL, and he was missing his star quarterback for most of the season, as Dak Prescott had snapped his ankle. So he is going to get more and more yards. He's going to continue to be an amazing stud, and he's going to hopefully help this team contend for a Super Bowl. Next, we have the Ole Miss product, DK Metcalf. The Seattle Seahawks wide receiver was an absolute beast on the field last season, finishing with 83 receptions, tied for 19th in the NFL, 1,303 yards, 7th in the NFL, with 10 touchdowns, 8th in the NFL. He averaged 15.7 yards per catch, 11th in the NFL. He was just a beast last year, and that is part of a receiving duo that features him and Tyler Lockett, who are both beasts and just amazing receivers. DK is going to help this team win a Super Bowl. At number 6, we have Julio Jones. The Atlanta Falcons receiver did not have as productive as a season as he has had in years prior, but before I get into his stats, I want to discuss his potential trade. Now, the Atlanta Falcons are receiving calls by several teams about trading for him. This would not happen until sometime in June due to the fact that the cap hit would be too big on the Falcons, so they wouldn't do this. But I don't think the Falcons do this unless they're going to draft a quarterback. If they're going to draft a quarterback, I completely see. I say they start fresh and that guarantees they're moving on from Matt Ryan. And they have Calvin Ridley there to support the new quarterback. But I think Matt Ryan and him are going to try to go on an all-or-nothing push for a Super Bowl. Now, back to his stats. His stats were not good last season due to the fact of injury, which he was on and off the field. In his limited time, he had 51 receptions, 771 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he averaged 15.1 yards per catch. That's still pretty good, even though he only had limited snaps. The number 5 receiver on this list is Michael Thomas. The Saints wide receiver did not have really good stats at all due to the fact of he was injured for a lot of games and then the team had benched him due to locker room issues. But even in his limited production, he was able to catch 40 balls and he also had 438 yards and he averaged 10.9 yards per catch, which is still pretty good given the limited time, but is really not good compared to previous years on what he's done. He has no quarterback anymore, really, unless Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill somehow becomes the next Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. I really don't think his production will be up that much next year, and possibly the Saints could be looking to trade him at some point for some picks to start over with this roster. But currently they are in a very, very bad cap situation. Somehow they got under the cap, but they are in a very bad spot, and it would be too much dead cap if they were to do that now. Don't think it would happen now, though. I think it would be something in the future. Next, we have the Cheetah and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had an excellent season once again with the Kansas City Chiefs, leading his team to a Super Bowl appearance. Unfortunately, they did not win. In the Super Bowl run, he had 87 receptions, 17th in the NFL, 1,276 yards, 8th in the NFL, 15 touchdowns, 2nd in the NFL. He averaged 14.7 yards per catch. That's 19th in the NFL. He is an absolute freak of nature. His speed is just amazing. He is going to just blow by any corner, and he will be wide open on a Hail Mary if there is not a safety covering. Even if a safety, he's just going to still outrun you and break your ankles. At number 3 on this list, we have DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins, the former Texans wide receiver, before getting traded to the Arizona Cardinals. Bad move, Texans. Bad move. In his first season with the Cardinals, he had 115 receptions, tied for 2nd, 1,407 yards, 3rd in the NFL, 6 touchdowns, tied for 29th, and he averaged 12.2 yards per catch, 60th in the NFL. He also completed the Hail Mary as the receiver, as he was in triple coverage, and he still managed to catch the ball, which is just amazing, and not amazing for me, given who it was against. Anyways, he is just going to continue to develop more of a relationship with Kyler Murray, and their relationship is going to grow, and that's going to transition into on the field. The connection is going to be so well, and they are going to probably win a Super Bowl together. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers' stellar wide receiver, Davante Adams. Davante Adams had a stellar season with 115 receptions, tied for 2nd, 1,374 yards, tied for 5th, 18 touchdowns, 1st in the NFL, 11.9 yards per reception, 66th in the NFL. It's just incredible stats. He was getting balls thrown to him by the MVP, Aaron Rodgers. Now, his stats next year may take a dip due to the fact that Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. That's right, Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay. This is a breaking news today at the time of film, and it's just a lot to process here. And what will this mean for him? His stats will probably go down if he has another quarterback, but I don't think Aaron leaves. I think he gets what he wants, and he stays in Green Bay. At number 1, we have Stefon Diggs. You guys are going to call me biased for him being at number 1, but in his first year, he made an immediate impact, leading his team to an AFC Championship game appearance, And during the season, he had 127 receptions, first in the NFL, 1,535 yards, first in the NFL, 8 touchdowns, tied for 15th, and he averaged 12.1 yards per catch, 64th in the NFL. Those are just incredible stats. He had an excellent season this year, and he's going to have an even better season next year as his development is just going to get better under Sean McDermott's system. He's going to help this team win a Super Bowl. Well, that is the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure you smash the like button. Please subscribe. It really helps me out. Or please just check. Make sure you subscribe. It always helps to check. YouTube sometimes glitches and unsubscribes you. You never know. So just please check. Follow me on my Instagram at Quinn_Health, which where I update you guys on new videos and post NFL news. Comment down below what you guys want to see in the future, and I will see you soon.